Not gonna do my usual montage on the way to work today because yesterday was my day off and I just didn't have the energy to edit together everything and upload it last night. So I actually put it together today for you. So I hung out with Lindsey, got some sewing done, and I also hung out with Tony in the morning. So I hope you enjoy it. Guess what I see again? I see styrofoam. What is this, Tony?
It's styrofoam and it's an environmental nightmare.
People, say no to the styrofoam. Tony, no. No. Look at him. Look at him. No. So I am going to be going over to Lindsey Foster's house today, and I am going to be, well, Lindsey is going to be cutting out my pattern for an 1860s dress. We are going to do a segment called making a 1860s dress under $30. And this is a fabric that I found. Now this is from Walmart. It is 100% cotton. I did a burn test on it. It is 100% cotton. And I decided to go with this one because when I was looking at my source documents, so actual fabrics of the time and swatches from fabrics of the time, this is something that I saw. I've seen, actually, you see this little ring here where there's a ring around the actual color? I've actually seen that shading before, and I thought that that would be very unique to bring into whatever I decided to do. And hopefully this will be quite the cute little outfit. We'll see. So I'm here at Lindsey's. I am starting to iron this fabric, and look at Lindsey's table. Oh my goodness, her husband and his father built this for her. I'm so jealous. It's so big, and it doubles as a ironing board. So, oh my goodness, so jealous. So Lindsey has just finished doing my measurements, and we are using the Truly Victorian TV 446 1860s darted bodice pattern here.
Okay, so when laying out pattern pieces for a mock-up or just in general, what I do is get your pattern pieces, whether they're cut out or traced out, whatever you'd like to do. I sort of puzzle piece them out onto the fabric, and then once I get it arranged, like with grain lines and junk, I take my handy-dandy bucket of rocks. Pattern weights that you'll find at the store are like 4 weights for $13. Or you can go to Target and buy a bucket or 2 of rocks on the clearance section for $4, and then there you go. Pattern weights. Magic.
Bam! Magically appears. Now this is your daily sewing tip from Lindsey Foster. Yay! Basically, she does not use the regular pin method of pinning the pattern down to the fabric, but she puts the weights on. So as you're going around, you want to hold down the paper. But this has actually been very efficient, and I'm not spending as much time pinning it. Like, that's like 30 minutes at the beginning of your project that you're spending pinning it down. But it's getting used to because I'm doing a butcher job here, but hopefully as I get used to it, I can do better. Right now, Lindsey is starting the front of this pattern. my thoughts so far about the truly Victorian pattern is that it's actually very nice for plus size because the neck hole, look at that, that's a normal neck. It's not crazy. Today we are going to do a Q&A video. I was actually quite surprised at all the questions I have received on my Twitter as well as Facebook. So I was going to just do a Q&A maybe once a month or once every other month. Now I think I need to do a Q&A every week or every other week. So this is going to be this week's Q&A. I have two questions. One is from Emily Berry, and it says, I've noticed sometimes you wear a head wrap and sometimes not. Tell me more. Smiley face. Thank you so much for the question, Emily. So there are a few things that I put into consideration when getting dressed in the morning. So where am I gonna be? So if I'm in the palace giving tours, I may dress a bit nicer. I may put a more elaborate tie into my head wrap. And then sometimes, depending on what I decide to do as far as tours, I may not wear a head wrap. So if I'm deciding that I'm going to center my tour more on after Lord Dunmore leaves and me coming in from the scullery to actually help out with cleaning in the main building, I won't wear a head wrap. But if I am really spending a lot more time on the inside and depending on where I'm coming from in the store, it just all depends. Also, if I'm at the Randolph, sometimes I just don't wear a head wrap. A lot of the documentation I have of enslaved women in Virginia, in this area during the time, is of women who aren't wearing head wraps in a gentry home, as well as in the fields. So we're seeing a variety of research here. So the simple answer is just it all depends on where I am and how am I interpreting that day. It will determine. Thank you so much, Emily, for the question. I do get that question quite a bit. Question number 2. Who are some of the people you look up to? And I hope that I do not butcher his name. Devarius. Yes, I believe it's Devarius. And thank you so much for the question. Just to name a few that are on my mind right now, just because they are not on this list, does not mean that I don't look up to them. So first one, Dr. Henry Gates. He is one of my favorite authors, and I just love what he does. And my parents just met him. Here's a picture of them. They just met when they were in Martha's Vineyard, and I'm so jealous. And then of course Shane White, because he writes a lot about African Americans in New York City in the 19th century. So that is really where I'm coming from, and I absolutely love him. And Francesca Ramsey, she just did a video about the myths of slavery. I will link her down below. Okay, so I stalk a person. He is an African-American food historian. His name is Michael Twitty, and he is constantly here in the city in which I work, and every time he's here, I miss him by mere moments. I will find him. It will happen. But anyways, I love him. I am a huge fan. Like, normal celebrities don't really do anything for me, but he is like one of my top people. Hopefully I'll meet him soon, which is weird because I'm constantly meeting him by minutes or moments or a day. Okay, and then Tony Cohen, you may have seen him earlier in this vlog, but he is an awesome person. Come on, he mailed himself north. He's awesome. And then of course, Marvin Greer, lastly. This will probably go to his head, but I think he's an awesome historian. He's an awesome interpreter, awesome reenactor, and he is constantly pushing himself forward. So I think when I first got into living history, he was really the person that I modeled myself after, like a female version, until I realized that I'm awesome in my own right and I need to just do me. But he really pushed me to do better. He always is pushing me and other young Black reenactors and living historians and interpreters to do better, and I like what he does. But I'd like to thank you all for joining us with this Q&A, and I'll be back next week with another one. So this is Kathy, or Catherine.
Good morning.
Hello. And Kathy, what is in your basket?
What is in my basket? The ever-useful Palmetto fan.
Yes.
The ubiquitous Colonial Williamsburg pottery.
Absolutely.
My hanky for wiping my fevered brow.
Of course.
My lanyard to prove that I'm legal.
That you're alive.
Various and sundry such as needle supplies, because I will be sewing today.
And also, our hems come out a lot.
Yes, they do, indeed they do.
It's kind of ridiculous.
And I will be working, and the little bag that goes with my spectacles.
Oh, yes.
That's what's in my basket.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much, Kathy. And you are a sights interpreter.
Yes, I am. Have a good day.
Good day, madam.